here again with Cooking with Gloria. This is going to be my third video that I'm doing, and I am really excited. Oh, my hair's sticking up here. Anyway, I'm very excited because I'm going to be sharing with you an amazing recipe for cod or fish, and it's actually called Bacalao a la Mexicana, and it is an amazing dish. It is time consuming. I mean, my fingers hurt right now from cutting everything up, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, all the ingredients that you have. But let me tell you something, it is worth it. It is worth the time it takes to make this incredible and delicious dish. Now, this dish was taught to me by my sister-in-law, Margarita, which is my husband's sister. And she was telling me that she was taught by her mom, or my mother-in-law, God rest her soul. My mother-in-law passed away a long time ago when my husband was 20 years old. But Margarita was telling me that her mom was taught by her aunt. Now, my mother-in-law became an orphan of her mom very, very young. So she got married at the age of 14. Can you believe that? And so her aunt from her mother's side taught her how to cook. And this is a dish that she cooked for, during her lifetime. And Margarita, my sister-in-law, learned how to make it when she was 15 years old, and to this day she makes it, and it's amazing. So I'm going to be teaching you that Margarita taught me. I also want to really quickly give thanks to my sister-in-law and my niece and my brother Robert, my sister-in-law Sylvia, and my niece Natalia, because look, they gave me this beautiful apron. So I'm wearing a new apron here, and we're gonna have fun doing this. So anyway, next step is for I'm going to be teaching you how to do this Bacalao a la Mexicana, or salted cod. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, so look at this. This is my salted cod that I got. I just opened it up in the mail. I had to order it because they don't sell it here where we live. So as you can see, it's all salted. This is cod, or in Spanish, bacalao. And this is what we're going to be using to make this very delicious dish. What I'm going to be doing right now is putting this into this bucket and filling it with water. And you have to keep changing the water to get all this extra salt off of it, because if not, it's going to be very, very salty. So that's what I'm going to be doing at this moment. So this is where I'm going to be putting the bacalao, or the cod, with cold water, so that the salt can get off of it. So I will be changing this water a couple of times, and then we'll get to the actual process of getting this bacalao ready for the dish. Okay, so what I'm doing now is after I've desalted the cod, this is the cod here, I'm pulling it apart now. See, I'm pulling it apart into little pieces. This particular cod, I ordered it without bone. So as I'm pulling it apart and shredding it up, I noticed that it practically has no bone at all. So that's up to you. If you get fresh cod, you do have to be careful and be sure to take out all the bones and all that stuff. So right now I'm shredding it up. This was 1.5 pounds of cod that I got, so it's up to you how much you want to get. But I just want to show you what it looks like after desalted. And what I'm doing now is shredding it up, and we'll come back for the other steps. Okay, everyone, so here are the ingredients we're going to be using. Okay, so here's the cod, and I had already shown you how the cod came. I ordered it via online. I ordered it from Amazon, and it's salted cod, or bacalao salado, and you must put this in water and get it all desalted, and I already showed you how I did that. Okay, so this is actually 1.5 pounds of cod, and it's all shredded up. Okay. You also are going to need tomatoes, red tomatoes. I use 6 tomatoes, and notice that it's finely chopped. It's chopped into very small pieces. So that right here equals 6 tomatoes. Now, my sister-in-law told me that you need to take the seeds out and take the heart of the tomato out, and just use the rest of it, the meaty part, I should say, of the tomato. You're also going to need at least 2 medium onions. This is equals 2 medium onions, and as you can see, it's also finely chopped. Okay, you're going to need 5 ounces of raisins. So these are raisins, and it's already measured out to 5 ounces. You're going to need 4 tablespoons of parsley. This is parsley finely chopped, and it's about 4 tablespoons. Okay, so that's what you're going to be needing too. This is chopped up almonds. Now, I bought the almonds all with the little skin on it and everything, and this is 5 ounces of almonds, and I try to chop it up as finely as I could. Notice it doesn't have the skin. The way to remove the skin off of the almonds is you put them in hot, well, I measured it out 5 ounces, and I put them in in hot water. I put it in a bowl and hot water. Let it sit in there for a little while, and then you can just slip the skin off of it, and then I finally chopped it. Okay, this is 5 ounces of green olives. I did get the ones with the pimentos, but you don't have to do that. But this is what you are going to be needing. You're also going to be needing some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And here I have it there. And I have here a little bit more than a cup of olive oil. You can also use these at the end. These are chile güeritos, or little hot chili peppers. I'm not going to use the carrots or anything, but this I'm actually going to leave on the side. My sister-in-law says that they don't put the chili, or she doesn't put the chili anymore into the actual dish. She just puts it on the side, so anyone that wants to eat this with the meal, they can do that. Oh, and I also want to give thanks to my brother Robert. Look at this. See that there? Robert Herrera, La Mirada, California. My brother made this knife for me. It is awesome. One of the best knives I've ever had. So I want to give credit also to my wonderful brother, Robert Herrera, lives in La Mirada, and he makes these beautiful knives. So anyway, that's my brother. Okay, so these are the ingredients, and we are going to be starting to make this dish. So now we're going to start cooking all these ingredients. And the first thing we do is actually get the oil heated up. So I'm going to pour in the olive oil, which is about a cup, and let it heat up. And then we're going to be coming back to first add the onion. I'll be back as soon as as soon as the oil is heated up. I just tested out the oil, and as you can see, the onion is starting to dance there. So I'm going to be adding the onion first. Okay, so you're going to get this onion in there and just swish it around so that it starts to, I guess, a little bit caramelize, if that's the word in English. So you're going to be doing this, and as soon as the onion becomes, you can see through it, then we're going to be adding the tomatoes. We'll be back to do that. We're still frying the onions here, and I was looking at the recipe. In Spanish, it says fry your onion hasta que esté acitronado. I had to go look it up. Acitronado means until it's golden brown, so I guess caramelized. So we're still waiting for the onion to be golden brown. Okay, I believe we are at the point now where we can add the tomatoes to the onions. I think you can see a little bit that the onion is like golden brown. So we're going to add the tomatoes now. And let me just put this in here. Now the recipe calls for the heat to be lowered, and then we just let it fry until we get a thick sauce here. So I'm going to lower the flame a little bit and let it simmer here for a bit, and then we'll come back. Okay, I just let 10 minutes pass so that this part of the process gets done. Now, one thing about this dish, everybody, it takes time and you cannot rush this dish at all. If you do, it's not going to come out the way it should, which is delicious, trust me. So I just let 10 minutes pass by. Now the next thing that I'm going to be adding is or the almond. So here are the almonds. And I just burned my finger. Nice. Okay, so we will mix this around and we're gonna let this one cook for another 10 minutes. We're gonna come back in 10 minutes and the next thing we're gonna add are the raisins. So we'll be right back. So 10 minutes have passed by and look, this is looking really good. And now we're gonna be adding the raisins. There we go. There's no seeds in it, so you swoosh that around, and we're going to leave it another 10 minutes for this to simmer together. Okay, I'm going to be adding the cod now into this dish, and then afterwards we're going to add everything else. So we're going to let this, all that cod, that's a lot of cod. We're going to mix it all up here and let it simmer, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients in about 10 minutes or so. This is looking really good, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to be adding the parsley now and the olives, the green olives, and let this simmer for a little bit. There's the parsley. Remember, finely chopped. And again, you can't rush this dish. It needs to simmer. It needs to get its flavor. And I'm telling you, this is so delicious. So I'm going to turn the camera off and let it simmer for a little bit. And then we will have our bacalao or cod dish ready. Okay, everyone, so here is the dish. It's simmering right now, and I'm going to be turning off the heat in a second and then taste it. But it looks really good and it smells delicious. Even my husband says, hey, that's smelling really good. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, we're done with our bacalao a la mexicana, or cod a la mexicana, and I'm gonna taste it to see how it came out. Okay, so let's get a little bit here, and you could, I guess, serve this any way you want. And one thing about this dish is that you can serve it cold. It's delicious either way. So actually, this tastes even better the next day after it's been sitting in the juices. So it's a little bit hot. Let's see how it is here. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Anyway, that is our cod a la mexicana. I hope you like it, and give me a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. This is my third video, as I mentioned, and you can look at the other ones that I've done on Mexican rice and making fresh cheese with whole milk. So again, bacalao a la mexicana, delicious. Take your time making it, and it's just such a great dish. This is a very traditional dish for Christmas time, and I think you can also make it during the Lent season if you practice that. So just a wonderful dish that you can have at any time. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Bye.